a safety cap somewhere.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Live with Vitality Live. Every week, every Monday, we do a live for you to share information. Yeah, important information, things that we feel are very dear to our hearts. And a lot of us, I mean, these are passions of ours, that we want to, it's a passion project for us. So today, what we're going to talk about is food safety, because if you didn't know, World Food Safety Day is Wednesday, June 7th. So you can see in the title, I was mentioning that, every year 600 million people get sick due to food, something that they've contracted in the food. And 200 different types. There are 200 different types of illnesses that can be transmitted by food. So, wow, right? So when you have heard these recent conversations about E. coli, being in the romaine, like crazy. These are crazy things that are happening these days. So, and then, the other point I want to make here too is that, young people and populations with limited resources are among the most affected here. But now we know, as I mentioned, with things like E. coli, like we're all susceptible to this. There's no discrimination here, right? So yeah, it's one of the reasons that I was drawn to aligning with our produce powders. So that is one of the things that we're going to talk about here. We have over 40 published peer-reviewed studies on our produce powders, and it shows exactly what they do in the body. And it's done, they're tested on the human body, in the human body. So not animals or any other type of testing, but in the human body. So it is showing what the produce powders are doing for our bodies, because that's what food does. So yeah, I had no idea when I said yes in the beginning, but it just made sense to me that we have a nutrition label. We don't even have a safety cap on our produce powders. So, we have it in the capsule form, or you can also get our chewable form as well. And then we do have our smoothie, our plant-based smoothie, and some other products that are going to be mentioned here as well. But I just wanted to say, when you are looking to find clean ways, clean food sources to add into your diet, to add into your family's diet, these are things that you need to consider, right? Does it have science? Is there a safety cap on it? Like these are simple things, but I think we just take for granted that, or we take the word of someone else, and that's okay. Like we have friends and people in our lives that we trust, and that's very, very important. But, maybe create a list for yourself so that as you're checking to incorporate things into your family's health, that you kind of go by this list. So show me the science. Like that's the first one. That to me should be the top one on the list. And then of course, does it have a nutrition label? And then is there a safety cap on it? So yeah, I'm going to pass this over to Hannah, and she's going to tell you a little bit about her experience with her kids.
Thank you, Lori. And it's really interesting that not only we have NSF certification, which means that we test for 300 different things. So we often get the question, is Juice Plus organic? Is there glyphosate? And it's like really beyond organic, because we test for all these things. If you want to watch some video, we will gladly send it to you. But this spoke to me, because as a mom of 4 kids, I want to make sure that my kids get the best nutrition. And if you're a mom, I'm sure that you want that for your kids as well. And isn't it interesting that Juice Plus company started in water and air filtration, because they've seen that water and air, we also want a clean air, clean water. And then we started with whole food concentrates, because we really saw that we have to take care of future generations and really make sure that they get the cleanest and purest food they can have. And Juice Plus is that food because we have a food label, as Laura mentioned. And again, unless you grow food yourself, which Wendy is going to talk about our amazing tower garden, or if you're growing in your garden, you really cannot be sure that the food is clean because, you know, there can be everything and anything on the food. In the last couple of months, there are edible coatings which are put on the even on organic produce. So you would have to constantly like research, and who has time for that? So we have this research. So really all you have to do is look into these products and try them, and you're gonna be mind blown really what it does to your body. Okay, I'm gonna turn it over to Wendy and she's gonna share a little bit more.
Thanks, Hannah. So like Hannah was saying, in addition to our produce powders, we also have our aeroponic growing system. It's a 5-foot tall tower garden that can sit in your kitchen, just like your refrigerator does. And the beautiful thing about that is there's, number one, it grows with water and minerals only. So there's no dirt, no soil to work with. It's no weeds. There are no bugs, nothing you accidentally eat that maybe you don't want to accidentally eat. And then it grows incredibly fast. And so there's nothing on it unless you put it on there. What a lot of people don't realize is that when we see things like romaine, tomatoes, cucumbers, there have been some kale recalls, been all kinds of recalls of produce. Produce does not naturally develop some of these bacteria that cause these foodborne illnesses. It comes from the soil. And the reason it comes from the soil is because soil is mixed with manure as fertilizer quite often. And then, of course, it's sprayed and water runs off and gets absorbed into the food. And so when we think about our food, I mean, even if we're buying organic, we don't realize what can possibly be absorbed through the soil that is not beneficial to us. You're growing your produce in your kitchen, you don't have to even think twice about that. It's incredible, and really an incredible option for many, many people around the world, and for anyone really. I mean, even, you know, if price is an issue, there are ways to work around that, and can really be beneficial. So when you're thinking about food safety, think about, where is my food coming from? How can I guarantee its safety? What labels, what certifications are on the product that tell me my food is safe, that tell me my food is safe for me to consume when I'm carrying a baby, that tell me my food is safe for me to give to my children, that tell me my food is safe to give to my ailing parents. We want to know those things. And so ask yourself those questions when you're looking at food. Ask yourself those questions when you're consuming food. And how can you get the best quality produce? We do have a solution for those things, for those questions, and we are happy to share more about it. We would love if you'll share this video with anyone who you think it might resonate with. And we're happy to share more about our produce powders and our tower garden with you. Please reach out, drop us a note in the comments, or reach out to us directly, and we will share that information with you. Have a fantastic, wonderful Monday, wherever in the world you are. And we will see you next week.